My confessions in quarantine. A list of some sort. Number 1. Remember when Dalgona coffee was a hype? You know, I'm an architecture student, but I'm not hyped on coffee. I always had a sweet tooth. I didn't like bitter things. I may have a sugar addiction. I have a sugar addiction. I like my milk tea with 100% sugar, maybe even more. If I need to stay up for a plate night, I could do it without caffeine. But I must confess, I'm not a fan of coffee. Number 2. TikTok. Many people say it is a cancer, but we've seen it all before in a different name. Musical.ly, Vine, Dubsmash. I never liked it for myself. It's not my cup of tea. I didn't like how it is that easy to churn out content. I guess I could say it's hard to find original content that involve the likes of dancing, dubbing, and acting. But I won't invalidate you. TikTok is a coping mechanism. Do what you want to do. For me, just not that. Number 3. Quarantine. Our country is under quarantine and other countries are already beginning to open up. And the only things I remember our government did for the past months are prioritizing politicians for COVID testing, a birthday celebration labeled as a mañanita, nature healing itself, animals running around cities, signing the anti-terror bill, rocket with dolphins, the billions of pesos robbed by PhilHealth, Manila Bay white sands. Call me ignorant. I don't know everything. I haven't been out of the house for months, but these are what stuck to my head. You know, I love my country, but the government is making it hard to love. With how our leaders respond, it's clear to me why our country is a developing one. And I want to get mad, but it mostly makes me feel small, like there's nothing I can do about it. Number 4. Failed self-challenges. Put a finger down if you told yourself you're going to work out, exercise, learn a new language, play an instrument, read more, write more, cook, start an online business. Now put a finger up if you spent more time on Facebook, YouTube, and Netflix than doing each of these things. I confess, I'm like everyone out there. I set up goals and I failed all of those at the 3rd day. I'm not coming out of this lockdown as a better person, and truth is, I was lazy before quarantine, during quarantine, and likely after quarantine too. Number 5. Online classes. It's hard to attend synchronous classes when you're awake from dusk till dawn. Even if you set an alarm, you know you're bluffing, you know you need your sleep. It takes 90% of my willpower to start a module, and 10% of it just to get me out of bed. The battle really is with myself here and my environment and my drive. I'm just mentally not there. Other things distract me, and it's a petty excuse as to why my performance is bad. But it is my truth. Number 6 and 7. I need to confess I started making coffee and drinking coffee, and I also downloaded TikTok on my phone. Number 8. Home. When we used to have face-to-face classes, I always found myself alone, by choice. I blame my anxiety. People can label me as student leader, but they might also be able to vouch on how absent I am in social settings, study groups, lunches, parties, after parties. It's a long story, but I like to keep to myself. And I manage, and I notice things, and I miss how we play music in the drafting room, how we roam around the room checking other people's progress, how there's always someone sleeping under the tables, how the guard would tell us, it's time to go home. But with everything we shared, from answers, laughs, jokes, heartaches, pep talks, and tears, MCM is home. Number 9. I would definitely like to go home.